forward for done humans. Please.
Ready. Awesome. Welcome everybody to tonight's class. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I learned this Symphony of Cells protocol many years ago, and I didn't understand the power of it until about 2021, when I went to the official training through Boyd Truman, who developed this protocol. And I left that training. It was like I learned about essential oils all over again for the first time. It was so powerful, and I left it with like this, oh my gosh, like I'm only one person. I have to tell everybody how to do this. Like so many people need to know how to do this. And I had a picture like, okay, massage therapists, they're, working with people every day. I need to educate those and I can share this. And then my own Reiki practice came more to the forefront in my business. And I didn't realize then that I was actually going to be part of helping to teach people Reiki and become Reiki practitioners themselves and be able to utilize the oils in this way in their Reiki practice, not only like as practitioners, but in the home, empowering families with oils and Reiki in the home. And this is just such a simple way to use the oils in a very powerful way. And then Reiki is also so simple and so powerful and profound. And so the combination of these two have been beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. So there's several ways that I use oils and Reiki in my Reiki practice. And this is the one that's easiest to teach. So it's simple is where it's at, right? If something's simple, people can do it. And when people are able to do things confidently, then things change, right? So with the Symphony of Cells protocol, if you've been glancing through the book, it's pretty straightforward. You probably have already deduced how to do it. You're applying it to the oils, to the back and the feet. Sometimes they're smelling it. If you notice the little nose symbol, that triangle thing was the nose. Sometimes smelling it, and then you just move on to the next oil, right? It's really that simple. You could do it with one hand. As you might have noticed, the biggest part of setting up, the thing that takes the longest is actually, where the pros did I put that oil, right? I know I had that geranium around here somewhere or something like that, right? And so if you have your oils more organized, I'll learn to do that someday. It makes it go faster, but yeah, so even an unorganized human like myself can still do this. And if you end up not being able to find that darn geranium that just keeps escaping from your site, there is an oil substitution list as well. So it's been super fun helping people not only learn this, but then experience different oils. Because there's some oils that are our go-tos, right? They're ones we use on the regular, and they're just always handy. And we have 5 bottles. We thought we ran out, but no, I found it in this purse, right? But then there's other ones that's I've never used spikenard before, right? And so we get to play around with these oils that we might not have utilized. So, that's a part of supporting proper cellular function. Oh, that's an oil that helps with the digestive tract. And it's really fun. And I love having this space as well because people might not have all the oils. And allegedly, I have all the oils. Some of them might have escaped me, but a lot. And some people can play with them when they come to this class. Because every oil has a frequency. All right. Every oil has a frequency, and everything has a frequency as well. And the frequency of these oils these pure essential oils, it's a pure frequency. And frequency is also knowledge. It carries knowledge. It carries information. Okay? Information for the body, information of the energetic field of the body as well. Okay? So they call it symphony of cells because your body is like a symphony. Okay? And when I like to really compare it to tuning a piano. Does anybody here have a piano? No, but you might be familiar with the concept of like a professional piano tuner. Those individuals, holy cats, they're amazing, right? And they come in here, and they come in and they adjust string by string. And what do they use? They use tuning forks to get the pure tone for that string and then adjust the string based off that pure tone. Okay? So I want you to think of your systems of your body like piano strings. Okay? And your innate consciousness is the piano tuner. It's the master piano tuner. It knows what to do. It simply needs the right information. The oils are the tuning fork that your master piano tuner can listen to go, okay, let's just adjust this, right? And then it's able to adjust the systems of the body. Now you might go, well, Lisa, why don't we just put all these oils in a roller or in a single and drip it on and rub it on and there you go. Well, just like with a piano tuner, they don't go in and adjust all the strings at once. There's a method to it, right? And they have to go string by string in a specific order because as one adjusts, it kind of affects the other. If you've ever been to like a chiropractor and stuff too, they adjust the spine and sometimes they have to come back and readjust some different areas because it's all connected, right? And so that's why we do the oils in that specific order. And it took decades of practice for him and his family. His kids were the main guinea pigs and stuff like that. For him and his family to come up with this, and with his clients and people that he works with. And so we get to reap the benefits. And what's contained in what we talk about in these classes is really, it's just the tip of the iceberg with how powerful these can be. I got to sit at a round table with Boyd Truman at a leadership retreat last year. And it was so cool to hear, even after all of these decades, he is in continual amazement of these oils. And, I experienced that as well. I'm like, oh my gosh, this worked, like just still in awe. And I love that. Okay, so each oil has a physical and emotional side of things. All right. And so the two different books that we'll be kind of working with, not only the Symphony of Cells protocol book, but looking at like the different oils from a physical and emotional level as well. Okay. And there's a lot of informational books out there. I love this Essential Life book. The pages in it with the on the different oils, and there's different protocol recipes and all of that is really, really great. And it's beautiful. So we've got healing over here and the endocrine complex there. The Essential Emotions book, it's really been recently that I fell in love with this book and the emotional aspect of these books, really understanding that there's most of our issues end up being an emotional root where an emotion might be stuck in a specific part of the body and it's wreaking havoc. Okay. And you can make the argument kind of like which came first, chicken or the egg type of thing. Either way, if we can deal with that emotional root and help to release that, it's only going to help with that area of the body. Okay. And the the descriptions of the emotional aspect of these oils in this book they carry the frequency of that oil as well. Like it was inspired how they wrote this. And so even reading the description helps that healing process. Okay, it like carries that frequency with it. All right. And so when I'm working with clients and maybe that we're using some specific oils, I'll send them a picture of some of the specific oils that we work with so they can be able to read that and whatnot. They don't have it at home. So we get to work with this both levels at all times. And just for those watching that might not know, you can use essential oils in 3 very simple ways. Aromatically, so breathing it in, and that affects the emotional system and obviously the respiratory system. We can apply them topically onto the skin. We just need to be cautious with skin sensitivity. And so that's why, since we are putting several oils on, after the frankincense, we put the fractionated coconut oil on pretty liberally to create that barrier, that subtle barrier. And whenever you use a carrier oil like that, it makes it's not like, oh man, it's diluting the oil too much. No. It acts as sort of a time release to that area. And some of those smaller molecules that might dissipate into the air a lot actually get held closer to the skin for a longer amount of time when you have a carrier oil with it. So yeah, and it's a medium strength oil, so that it's not like holding it too tight and it's not holding it too loose. So that's why doTERRA chooses to do fractionated coconut oil in a lot of their rollers. And there are a few people that do have a sensitivity to coconut oil, and so it's something I always ask about. But there are not very many of the oils. It's pretty low sensitivity for people, so another reason for that. And then so we're applying it onto the back of the feet, and so we're getting that topical application, we're getting that aromatic application, and then the third simple way is internally. And that was the one that really changed things for me. I used to get bronchitis twice a year, and it would lay me out for 2 weeks each time. So I lost a month of my life since I can remember. I'm a little kid, so on so many different antibiotics and things like that. Mm-hmm. And in college, I started learning different ways to take care of that naturally. And I was still out for the same amount of time, whether I used antibiotics or not. I'm like, well, it's not, right? And then I learned about essential oils. And one of them called On Guard, if you guys have heard of On Guard, it's like it supports the immune system, right? And I would do a couple of drops under my tongue several times a day when I would feel like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, no, like I cannot be sick, right? Do that a couple of times a day and it would knock it out. Because before, when I felt that come on, it's like, okay, here's 2 weeks, right? Because it would just drop to my lungs so quickly. So what's in On Guard? So On Guard has cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, wild orange, and one other that I would. Okay. So, yeah. And so it's very, did I say clove? I'm pretty sure I did.
If you did.
Sure. I don't know. Anyways, it's a powerful oil. It's really powerful oil. And so I've been using oils for over 13 years now. So we do the math. Because since starting with On Guard, I had that like drop to my lungs experience maybe once or twice in the past 13 years. So that little bottle has given me back a year of my life, an entire year. And so that's part of why I share this every week. And I love it. I love what this does for people. I love people having those tools. And and the light bulb moments when they realize there could be another way, right? Yeah, and so these protocols with the Symphony of Cells, it kind of takes the guesswork out of how do I use oils, what should I use? Because for me, like, okay, I can look at a book and look it up, whatnot. And when, okay, aromatically, that's for my emotional system. If I have a specific area that hurts, then I'm going to put it on that specific area. Like, I'm not going to breathe in deep blue, right? I'm going to put deep blue on that hurt elbow or whatever, right? And then, oh, if I want a full systemic effect, I'm going to take it internally. But some people might be a little cautious about that. Well, okay, I've got a cardiovascular issue. I'm going to do this protocol. I've got a respiratory issue or a hormone issue. I'm going to do this protocol. Ding. If I have a like whatever system of the body that I'm trying to support, here's a protocol. Just slap it on the back and on the feet, off we go. 5 minutes. Okay. So yeah. So just to explain, so intro 1, intro 2, and basic. And it shows like the different digestive, immune, urinary, like all these different possible conditions and systems of the body that it helps. And these oils, like with intro 1 and intro 2, they're all in almost all of our intro kits. And so even if you just have like the top 10 oils that every home needs, you would be able to do some very effective protocols. And then as you gain more, your collection grows, then you can get more specific in with those other ones as you feel that your family needs. So, yeah. Okay.
So digestive blend and protective blend, what are they? What's in them?
It's like the generic name for, so digestive blend would be Digesten. So in the book, because there's like actual conditions that are listed in here, we can't use the official doTERRA proprietary names. And so it's the like generic names for stuff. So the digestive blend would be Digesten. And what was the other one?
Protective blend.
Protective blend would be On Guard.
Because the rest of them just list the oil.
And then massage blend.
Aroma Touch blend. Yeah. So just let me know and I can tell you which one it is. It's like on the bottles of the blends.
Yeah, man.
It has like the generic name underneath. So what was that?
Those are gold. We need magnifying glasses to read that part.
Zoom in.
You can't zoom on the bottom. Didn't work.
Okay. So if you want to look at, so we're going to be doing, I'm going to do the Emovic blend on.
Yes,
Right?
that was one of my favorites.
I'm going to be doing the Emovic blend on Kim.
Where's that?
And so, well, I'm not sure if all the ones are Emovic. Yep. It's emotional limbic system, basically. Okay. Kindness. Right? Careful, I'm gonna flick oils in your eye. Okay, so let's just kind of walk through it real quickly so you're gonna understand. So the little purple head one, so you're gonna drop frankincense over mainly the shoulders, and then I just like put it all over the back. And so that's just directly on there. And because we're going emotional limbic, that's why this one has the noses. A lot of them, it's just back feet, back feet, back feet. Okay. But this one has the noses in between before you put it on the feet. So they can breathe it in and it can interact with that limbic brain. that controls emotions, mood, heart rate, blood pressure, memories, and stuff like that. Okay. And that's the beauty of oils in regards to emotional support, because all of our other senses to have an emotional reaction to it, you have to process it with the thinking brain first. But your nose has direct connection to that emotions part of the brain. So the situation that caused the emotion to happen may not have changed. It might still be there. But we can use these oils to help us be in choice, right? To get us out of that like immediate response. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's anger, maybe it's whatever. Okay. And come back to center and be able to choose our response to that situation instead of reacting from an emotional impulse. Okay. All right, so frankincense first on the back, have them smell it, and then you put the excess onto the feet. Okay. And then we're going to be using neroli. Now, neroli comes in a I forgot your name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ed.
So, Ed, you're going to have to be my friend here to make sure that I don't spill it. Okay? Because I have to take
Here.
the lid off.
Okay.
And so
Oh, yeah.
I am notorious.
So,
Yeah, I am notorious for dumping my neroli everywhere.
no, okay.
So you get to catch it when
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
So what does it do?
Yeah, let's look at that, shall we?
Sorry.
Who wants to read a little bit, just a smidgen. It's just a smidgen. There's too much to. Can I get volunteers? Emotional and
See if I can.
okay.
It was way too much.
Can you be here? Huh? Can you be here so it's close to that?
Yeah, I suppose.
Thanks.
Do you want me to shout? You don't think I can shout enough?
I don't know, I'm hard to hear.
Okay.
Maybe she has something.
Oh, I can be loud. I'm a teacher. Well, so I'm a substitute teacher, so it's even worse.
Do you want to change? Can you change, please? All right. Can I get another volunteer? Thank you.
Slowly capture some camera.
What? No. Okay, frankincense right off the bat, king of oils. When in doubt, use frankincense. The chemistry with frankincense is so complex that it literally affects every system of the body. That's why we use it first. It's like getting everything ready. Okay. When I do, yeah.
So I spit working.
When I do my Reiki sessions and stuff, I will oftentimes I do a kind of a once over, little shot of Reiki over the entire body, and just kind of getting things warmed up. That's frankincense for this protocol. It's like getting things warmed up, ready to receive, ready to function at its best.
Do you say words with that Reiki when you're doing it? Is there? I know there's a design you draw for each thing, but are there words that go with it?
Sometimes people will have a mantra and stuff. There's not like an official one. There's some Reiki principles that we like to say to like get us centered at the beginning and
Your own self.
yeah, my own self. And that's the nice thing with Reiki, like it's not my energy I'm giving to somebody. I'm just a channel. Like I'm just a conduit for the source of love to flow through and help to heal this individual. Okay. That loving light, just like, yes, please, let me give it to them. And then my own love for that individual also helps to like open up that channel as well. So my next like Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 certification is March 1st and 2nd. Reiki 1 is on Saturday the 1st and Reiki 2 is on Sunday the 2nd. You can do both in one weekend. The next level after that, you have to wait 6 months, be practicing for 6 months. So yeah. And anybody can learn it. Reiki 1 is great for anybody to know because you can do Reiki on yourself and do Reiki on your friends and family. And it just kind of up levels everything. So yeah. More info on that is on my website. We'll see. My rose is pretty, it's empty.
Well,
Can you grab the geranium?
it looks pretty empty too.
I just had a new one.
What's the trend?
Okay.
Well, when is it? This one is. No, you did have a cold night for something. Jonathan Boston.
He does. He's right now. Here's hilarious. Okay. Neroli. Couple of like things about neroli that you see on there.
First one says loss of sexual interest or arousal, erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
Apply on your nose to reproductive areas and or wear as a personal scent on pulse points. Inhale from cupped hand.
Yeah. So it has to do with like hormone balancing and things like that. And so it has to do with kind of healing of the like reproductive area and things like that.
And the heart games. The heart is with the heart too.
Oh, yes.
Connection with the heart.
Emotional aspect.
Sorry, it's me. Is unifying and stabilizing oil particularly helpful for calming troubled hearts in relationships conflict, promotes harmony and changing dynamic of long-term relationships. Like strengthening weaknesses, things are like bitter, frustrated, that it creates emotional distance for people. Wants to love and cherish it. It basically brings things back together. Assists with positive evolution of sexual intimacy. Symbolizes the fleeting beauty of spring blossoms and honors the long-lasting creation cycle in life of the tree. Aids in realizing deeper states of connection and intimate moments. So, just encourages individuals to address the emotional barriers that impede healthy sexual expression and connection. Teaches unity blossoms from adaptation, cooperation, tolerance, perseverance, and kindness.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Thank you.
We're just gonna use this instead of a brick thing. Is that cool for my legs? Because that's too tall to help. So she what I do. Anyways, gosh, you're gonna do. Sorry.
The nice man.
I will.
All right. I'm going to take her socks off. Okay? Yeah, hi, Jamie.
So say, hey.
Junior socks, also shoes.
All right. So I do have to have the feet uncovered here as well. And okay, we have the full setup here. Obviously, you don't have to have all of this. I would say some sort of little towel or something to create a barrier between what you're doing and the clothes. And so then you just like tuck that towel or whatnot, even just a little one, into there so it doesn't get on their clothes. Okay. The tables themselves, like have one, right? They can just be laying on their back, or your little one can be on your shoulder and you're putting it on, right? It's nice having a table, and then that area is just kind of set aside, or it tucks away. And I've seen them on like Amazon or something, for like $100. And they used to be really, really expensive. And now you really can get them for inexpensive.
That's all right. At least she's out there. Jamie did.
She.
I was giving her some love and I had some static, apparently
So
electricity.
you're putting frankincense.
Yeah, put frankincense on. So I'm just going all over. And also here at the beginning with the frankincense, you want to get centered in the heart space, okay? And at the beginning of these, you're just connecting with that individual. And so picture it's like really the center. And so connecting there and then coming out to the ends of the spine. And that's when connection into the parasympathetic. Okay. So you're connecting with all different types of nerves. All right. The sympathetic and parasympathetic, those are the two main like groupings or categories of nerves. So along here, you've got sympathetic and then the parasympathetic, like the main connection points at both ends. Okay. So then focusing in there and and this is not necessarily a Reiki thing, this is just a human thing. You know that point where you just feel somebody into that hug, you know, and you feel that like connection to them. That's what you're waiting for here. And with when you have Reiki, it's just a little more, it's more heightened. Okay. And so you're waiting for that. And I have a blanket approval from Kim to send Reiki to me. Right? Yeah. And sometimes it might take a minute for them to be able to, really relax into it. And that's okay for us to be patient. And you have them smell. Oh, and you also are in charge of making sure that I don't forget to have them smell the oil. And then you're in charge of me not forgetting to put it on the feet. Probably too much feet. Okay, thanks.
You've got frankincense on your hand.
Yeah. And so just putting it on the feet. Okay. All right. So we talked about neroli. We're going to do that next. And then we're going to end up doing geranium instead of rose next. So we want to be ready with geranium and rose.
So is there a particular thing that you're working towards on this list of things?
Nope, Kim picked it, and the body knows what it needs to. I might pick that one specifically for if I know, like, oh, I've got a specific issue here. I'm going to do this protocol.
So that you're just dropping the other one, you just kind of spread all over. Was there?
And typically, and it does with the neroli and the rose and the jasmine, because they're so gentle. We don't need to put that carrier oil on first, especially with the neroli because it's already diluted because it's in the roller. Whenever it's in the roller, like it's already been diluted. It's their touch line,
Right.
and so it's already been diluted appropriately to apply topically. Okay. So then you spread it along the spine first, okay, and then you just kind of work it along the back. Okay. Working it all over. In the other protocol that I teach at like the master level Reiki certification is the aroma touch technique. And there's some more specific hand techniques for that oil application. And so it takes a minute to teach. It's an all day art. But so I do some of those hand motions with the symphony cells sometimes, but it's not necessary. You could literally be dropping with one hand and then just rubbing it on the back with the other and moving on. So you don't have to get fancy. If you want to give them a little massage and stuff like that, it just, enhances the experience for them. Yeah, yeah. So breathing in.
Was that a strong sense?
It's not too bad.
That was one too.
And then just putting excess on the feet.
Some people are just more sensitive to them or certain oils, or they haven't been exposed as many, so they're like overwhelming. Whereas some of us that have been around a lot of oils, it's just like we barely smell. I mean, we smell, but we don't.
For me, it depends on the oil, because I've been around this a lot too. Some oils are just too overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
Kim gave me a rose thing, and I put it actually in my head. It dissipates really fast, so I can take it. But if it didn't, I would not be able to use it at all. It's way too strong.
Not a lot of geranium in here.
No, they won't.
Yeah. Geranium. What's
So
about geranium?
geranium is, I'm sorry, I know, go to my deck. It is love and trust. It restores confidence in the innate goodness of others and in the world, facilitates trust, especially when individuals have lost trust in others due to difficult circumstances in life. Reestablishing strong bonds with mother and father, and those trusting relationships, encouraging emotional love and forgiveness. It's healing the broken heart, facilitating emergence of grief and pain that has been suppressed. It's a gentle oil, perfect for babies and children. It also nurtures the inner child and supporting and reparenting this aspect of the self.
What did you discover?
Geranium strengthening, relaxing, stabilizing. So it's blood toxicity, bleeding, liver and gallbladder, hormone imbalance, blood sugar imbalance, cuts and wounds, weak, broken, or wounded heart, nerve pain, dry or oily hair and skin,
Yeah, it's very.
and emotional balance.
Next is jasmine. This is the oil that convinced me that they're connected to the emotions. Like, convinced me. When they first came out with jasmine, it was only in the roller form, and I was at convention, and I opened up that roller, my little convention kit thingy, and I smelled that jasmine, and I started to cry. I was like, what is happening? Like, just, okay, I am releasing some emotions right here, right now. It was wild, absolutely wild. And yeah, it's been one of my favorites ever since. Yeah, something on jasmine.
It's sexual purity and balance. It's another very feminine, very hormone one. Helps to balance sexual forces and arouse passions, and assist individuals reading interests, cultivate positive experiences. It encourages the release of suppression and unresolved experiences, and facilitates the healing process, traumatic experiences, things like that. So
When do you go for the smell? After you rub the back or whatever?
notice the smell.
Yeah, so I'll put it underneath here and invite them to breathe in.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh,
the timing, I guess, is what I'm asking. Put it on, rub the back, then you go for the smell.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has some little first. It has a little jigger on there. That little.
That's how you follow it.
Is the spine.
Right.
And
See,
this one,
also has-
yeah, they can put it on their own cart and stuff too. I forgot to have her do that. And so, yeah, so we're doing it this way. Is it gonna mess it up? The whole thing's not gonna work. No,
Now that's not.
right? It's not gonna. Because the intention behind it is still there as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you have learn something about Jen?
It's euphoric, splendorous, joyful, lack of self-assurance, poor self-expression. It's a hormone imbalance, helps menstrual cramps, lack of sexual interest. A lot of this is,
Wish we would have known that in high school.
I know, right? I think they're all sexual related.
Because our hormones are so interconnected. What you're talking, our limbic system, we're talking our emotional system, and our hormones have a huge play in that. And yeah, like when we're trying to balance those different things and not have them control us. I think, there's some of them. I think ylang ylang. I need to check, but on the 23rd, there's jasmine, ylang ylang, and
Vanilla. Madagascar vanilla.
Madagascar vanilla. Those three are going to be 25% off.
Starting the 23rd to the 25th, so Thursday. Yep.
Getting ready for Wednesday. All right, so I put quite a bit. There's a little bit of shine still from the fractionated coconut oil, and we want that. You want to have a good barrier on there. It shouldn't be all absorbed in. There should be a little bit of shine. Okay. Spikenard is next.
Yeah. Spikenard. My turn?
Yeah.
It encourages true appreciation for life. It's the oil of gratitude. It addresses patterns of ingratitude when individuals see themselves as targets of bad luck or victims of their life circumstances. Perception can often lead them to feelings of blame and anger. It encourages the soul to surrender and accept life exactly as it is, and invites individuals to let go and find appreciation for all of life's experiences.
Beautiful.
Healing, rejuvenating, uplifting. So top uses aging and irritated skin, insomnia, stress, muscle tension, brain issues, detoxing, cellulite, terminal ill and hospice, ulcers, gas and indigestion, pink eye and rashes, emotional balance, anxiety, depression. Okay.
This is the one that the woman anointed Christ's feet before he was
Yeah.
that everybody was like, oh my gosh, why are you doing that? That can be sold for so much money. Why are you?
Yeah.
So this is the one in the Bible that the
And
woman.
then alabaster jar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Remember saying what oil?
it's
So
in there.
Yeah. Next we're gonna do shrimp yolk.
What's she
Kim's
said?
favorite.
Shrimp yuki.
Shrimp and yolk. It's in that one. It might.
what are you using?
So that's a CH.
So instead of Melissa, we're doing forgive and Shuni Yoku because consistent. Couldn't find my Melissa. Yeah, that's her favorite. Yeah.
So is it a blended oil?
It is.
Is it
And it's newish, and so there's a chance it might not be in there. So let's just do the, its main benefits are emotional anyways. So let's just do the emotional one.
It's the oil of immersion. Forests give freely of all they possess to anyone who enters. Invites all to relax in their incredible stillness and simply be. It captures the essence of the forest, so individuals can connect to it wherever they are. Beckons all to come back to the forest and feel its healing. It's a forest bathing practice, like oneself to immerse in the forest. Invites individuals to return to their inner forest and harmonize their life and reconnect the universal current flowing through them and through everyone and everything. It teaches individuals how to live in reciprocal, symbiotic, and healthy relationships with people in the earth.
Powerful. I could teach a whole class on just Shuni Yoku.
Yeah.
The next one is forgive. Forgive blend.
Forgiving. Blend was formulated to assist individuals who desire to forgive. And set free. Especially helpful when you feel cynical or begin to expect the worst from other people. It teaches everyone learning to grow and growing together. May also have a tendency to feel just justified in blaming others or their own personal misfortunes and situations. Mistakes and often offenses will happen, but should be met with forgiveness and kindness.
Do you have some on
Forgiving is a renewing blend. It's relieving, relaxing, liberating. Lack of forgiveness, repressed emotions, anger, frustration, irritability, spiritual and emotional toxicity held in body tissue. Addiction and unhealthy attachments, ulcer and liver issues, skin infections, circulation issues, fungus, hair loss.
So versatile.
Whether feeling stubborn, attached, guilty, bitter, angry.
Next is Douglas Burke.
One of my
I could really.
This is one of my favorites, but generational wellness oil.
We should do the lid.
Um, let's see, Douglas fir and white fir are similar, but Douglas fir actually will live longer, be more sturdy. It addresses generational issues by inviting individuals to break free from destructive traditions passed down through their families, and assists individuals to live according to their own conscience and values by letting go of harmful patterns. It teaches each generation can be a gift of new life, new growth, new beginnings. And it assists with increasing the bond with one's family and encourage healthy family dynamics and meaningful relationships are valued over blind loyalty to tradition.
Cleansing, priority, grounding. So it helps with mental fog and energy, depression and tension. I mean, I'm trying to be relatable to what she said just to kind of coincide, but.
And then the last oil, spearmint. They almost always end with a mint. Okay. Kind of seals things in and kind of invigorates and helps increase blood flow and stuff like that. So it's sealing it all in, get it all sent through the body. Okay. Increases oxygenation stuff. And you don't have to do many drops of it. Spearmint's a little more, it's a little gentler than like the straight peppermint that are in a lot of them. And so, like I did, 3 or 4 drops. So a lot of these you can do, you know, for somebody brand new with oils, 1 drop of each of these. That's it. Maybe 2. You know, if the second one comes off, like, fine, right? Now, Boyd's like, dude, I'm going all in. Need this if you're 8 drops. Don't matter if you're new, don't matter if and he gives them that fair warning and people are but if somebody, you know, they're not Boyd Truman, like, you know what, they might get like some digestive upset or something like that. And Boyd's like, hey, you know, your body's getting rid of toxins, just, you know, you're fine. But your friend might not be very happy with you, right? Mm-hmm. So starting out slow is okay. You know, each drop has 40 million trillion molecules. I know that's not a real number, but it just gives us the like magnitude of how many molecules are in 1 drop. It's enough. It's enough. And you're spreading it out.
They said, I mean, in a dosage like book, 1 to 3,
Yeah.
maybe 4 is what an adult
Yeah,
kind of needs it in each dose, I guess, each.
yeah. And that's, that frequency is going into the person, that tuning fork is being used, the body is able to hear that tone and it's gonna be able to use it, okay? So what do we have?
Confident speech. Spearmint inspired clarity of thought and confident verbal expression. Individuals need spearmint may hide their thoughts, opinions, and ideas by withholding their voices. Spearmints encourage inner clarity and one's personal conviction and opinions, then assists them in translating the inner clarity into words. So fear of public speaking or holding back opinions, inarticulate communication. Some of the positive things is confidence, articulate communication, and courageous and expressive.
So if you hold it in, you got bad breath, so take spearmint and you'll speak up.
I'm like, how can
You don't want to be speaking up? Nope, no. Be careful.
But it's relieving, refreshing, promoting, overheated heat stroke fever, bad breath and sore gums, slow metabolism, burning appetite, imbalances, depression or fatigue, headaches or migraines, acne, sores and scars, high blood pressure, dizziness, loss of equilibrium, slow or heavy. We don't need to go that far. Because, you know,
Yeah. I really love
experiments.
spearmint. It's my go-to for the throat chakra. So that throat chakra there, all about communicating, all about connecting. Now you'll notice I'm ending how I began. So I did the circles at the heart, feeling in all of the love that I have for this individual, and going back out to those two ends, the parasympathetic. And when I feel that it is complete, then I can release. And you'll notice I maintained connection the whole time, right? My hand was on her the whole time, this entire time, at least one hand, okay? And from start to finish, you want to maintain that connection, okay? That physical connection. One, so they're not like, what are they doing? What is going on, right? Okay, smell. And then just the other one is the energetics. So, yeah. So, any questions?
Can I have one of those wheels?
What's that?
Can I have one of those with those seeds? Like, I know which ones I need to, use now.
And how do you get those? Well, you get one for free when you come to my Reiki 1 class. And symphonyofcells.com, some of the different oil sites or like book sites like I think Aroma Tools has it and
Oil light.
and stuff like that.
There's like 7% off today.
What's that?
I think oil light got a thing of like Clarence here.
Hey, my dear.
Got this book. So the one you're talking about, this one?
I'm not.
Sorry,
That's
I
fine.
didn't know I was gonna do this one.
I have like the 5th edition, I think.
I have two too.
So the
It was like. And then.
Oh,
I mean,
Down. Get to give. And before we stop, though, there's just to let people know, for those people that are curious, it's really simple to get started with essential oils, even at my price. All of my customers purchase at my price. And so a membership through me or one of my wellness advocates is free. And you can just log in with your email, purchase whenever you like. And then there's additional savings if you end up also purchasing monthly, but it's totally optional. And there's really 3 different types of people that come to a class. The first type is really interested in taking care of their health and their family and ready to invest in that. We have so many different resources, not just the doTERRA has so many different resources, podcasts and things to learn. The second type of person is they're sitting here and they're like, oh my gosh, this person needs to know about the soil. This person needs to learn about this, and they naturally share. And we have an amazing like refer a friend program and stuff to where as you're telling your friends, they can use your link and then you end up getting your oils paid for and basically have free natural health care. And then the third type of person is like, oh my gosh, Lisa, like, I want to link arms with you in this. Like, I see your mission. I want to be a part of this mission. And because the fact of the matter is, there's only so many people that I'm meant to reach, right? But you each have your own group of people that you're meant to touch in your life. And so if you're feeling called to like be a part of this mission, this movement that I also have, then let's talk and we'll see if doTERRA is a good fit for you in building a secondary income. We are really great at helping people get that extra $500 income each month pretty quickly. So yeah. So that's the basics of it. And thank you so much for coming, watching online or watch it later and things. Just put it down in the comments if you have any questions and I will get to it later. All right, so we'll kind of move aside. I'll turn off the light and we can put some oils on everybody.
Some oils on.